gesture made in her lifetime and the lifetimes of others eligible for reparations.
We hope these hidden stories help us all to better understand how race and the Black experience has shaped the country we live in. Our hope is that these conversations continue to bring our America together. In a one-night-only event, ABC will air the broadcast debut of 2 episodes of the 1619 Project, Democracy and Justice, May 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern. All episodes are now streaming on Hulu. I'm Nicole Hannah-Jones. Thank you for watching.
ABC7. This is Eyewitness News.
A Carson neighborhood on edge after a house party turns violent. 8 people shot, all now recovering from their wounds. Hello and thank you for joining us. You're watching Eyewitness News at 4 live on ABC7, Hulu Live, and wherever you stream. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. The shots rang out just after midnight this afternoon. The gunman remains on the loose.
And that has a lot of people in the area afraid to even talk about this shooting out of fear the gunman might come back as we're dealing with yet another mass shooting in our area. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez has the latest.
A Carson neighborhood's quiet evening shattered by the sounds of gunfire and screams of teenagers running for cover. This morning, neighbors recounted the terrifying moments, but unwilling to show their face on camera.
I knew that it was going to be bad because at least more than 20 shots were fired, at least.
LA County Sheriff's investigators say at least 8 people were shot at a home on Albia Street. The violence erupting just before midnight at a house party where teens had gathered to celebrate.
It was some sort of a fireworks, you know, people were like fireworks, and then right after that, about 5 minutes later, the first gun discharge, I will say between 9 and 12 shots, right after another one. Some noise, and then a second round of about the same amount of gunshots.
Another neighbor says he spoke to parents whose children called them in a panic to pick them up. One parent relaying to the neighbor what went down.
One of the guys apparently had a gun, and what I heard one of the parents, they started arguing with one of the guys had a gun, and they told him that, I don't know what you're doing in here, you're not welcome. So they said that he left and came back with the gun, and they started shooting everybody.
Firefighters and EMTs treated several victims on the scene, transporting them to area hospitals. Investigators believe the shooting may be gang-related. Residents have been left shaken and worried about their safety.
Kids in that age will be able to, to be able to get a gun, put guns in their hands. That's the most scary thing, because they don't think.
People very young with guns that have a very short fuse.
At least 2 of the victims that were reportedly in critical condition are now in stable condition. The LA County Sheriff's Department is asking anyone with information to contact them. Reporting in Carson, Leticia Juarez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
One person is dead following a deadly crash on the 5 freeway in Burbank. It happened just after 3 this morning on the northbound lanes near Burbank Boulevard. CHP hasn't released many details, but there was reportedly a stalled truck on the freeway when it got hit by another car. Several other cars colored SUV was doing donuts on West Willow Street. Officers say the driver of a light-colored SUV was doing donuts in the middle of the street and struck a Chevy Silverado. The driver of the Silverado lost control and slammed into a tree. His passenger was ejected from the vehicle and died at the scene. The suspect sped off before officers arrived.
Culver City police really want to catch a bicyclist caught on video firing a gun into a residential neighborhood. Officers were nearby and heard those shots, but by the time they arrived, the cyclist had gone. They did recover a bunch of 9mm casings. This happened about 5 o'clock Wednesday evening in the Lindbergh Park neighborhood. You can see the man was wearing a red sweatshirt and shorts and riding a black bike. He also has tattoos on his hand. If you do recognize him, you are urged to call Culver City Police.
Community leaders calling on LA City Council member Curran Price to resign after he was charged with multiple